Oh, yeah, welcome back. That was most likely You Go Your Way and I'll Go Mine, the Mark Ronson remix. So how did that come about then?
Basically, they were doing I think an anniversary thing of Bob Dylan, Columbia Records, and they asked if I wanted to do a remix of a song. And I don't think anyone's ever been allowed to do a remix of a Bob Dylan song before because I think he's quite, as you would think, like very.
Yeah.
I don't know if grumpy's the word. Just like he's not into the
Picky,
remix thing.
selective.
Right, picky, selective. and so they asked me which song I would pick, and I mean, there's so many Dylan songs, especially from that era, that I especially love. But that one already had a bit of a beat, and it was all those Nashville players playing. So I thought I'd use that one. But basically, like what we were talking about before with the bleed when you're recording with instruments, that was done. That was an old 4-track recording. So taking his a cappella, there was no such thing as just his vocal because there's drums, there's guitars, there's harmonica, everything's just coming into this one mic. So basically, the only way that we could play with it and make it sound like to cover up what was already going on was just to play louder and messier than what was going on in the track. So, it was cool. Basically, it's just me and the Dapkings in the studio trying to play along with an old Bob Dylan recording is how we recorded it.
It reminds me of like the military beat, a little bit of Here Come the Girl.
Yeah.
Which I love because I love Ernie K. Doe.
Yeah, definitely. All that New Orleans, funk and all that.
Yeah. Did Bob actually hear that?
I know he heard it enough to not say this sucks. I want the master reels burnt. So I mean, if it came out, it came out on that album. So I know that, he probably he didn't say no. I think that's the best compliment you're gonna get, that it wasn't rejected.
You're dead right, and that's just the way to handle his reaction. Yeah, he would have liked it, otherwise he'd never have let it go out. Mark has chosen a song by Can, I'm So Green. Tell us why that.
It's just one of those things, like, Can's one of those bands that have this like cult following, and you always hear people banging on about it so much it almost made me never want to listen to them. And then this was the first song that I heard of theirs, and it's such an amazing sound because they were this German band with a Japanese lead singer, but they could play everything from sort of krautrock to funk like so well, and the sounds of the way the drums are recorded is incredible. I pretty much there's 3 albums that they made in the mid-70s that every song on it is just amazing, and I listen to it a lot and reference it a lot when we're doing like rhythm section stuff.
Great, this is where I learned.